Welcome to Share Talk, the only podcast where investors come first.
Welcome to Share Talk. I am Bonnie Hughes. Alien Metals CEO Bill Brodie has returned to give us an update on the Hancock Iron Ore Project in Western Australia. Hello, Bill.
Hi, Bonnie. Nice to catch up with you again.
Yes, nice to see you again as well. So yesterday, Alien announced plans to commence a Phase 3 drill program on Hancock Iron Ore Projects, with plans to upgrade a portion of the inferred resource to indicated category. What are your other objectives for the drill program?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're getting a next phase of drilling starts in the next few days to both do that upgrade of the ridges system. So Ridge C and Ridge E, but also start some initial further testing, so real exploratory holes on the extensions on both those ridges, so Ridge C and E as well. But also, we've got a couple of new targets, new ridges to the south we haven't ever really tested. And I think that's one of the major attractions and attributes of the Hancock tenement, is that we've only really scratched maybe, like we say, about give or take 20% of the tenement area, and we have a strong belief that there's considerably more of this high grade iron ore present. So part of this program will be to get that ball rolling. Now that we've got our maiden sort of resource under our belt, to improve the resource and start working up, adding to it basically.
And you also mentioned that drilling on the Brockman tenement is a priority as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Brockman, the majority of the work we've done, or all the work really we've done the last sort of 12 to 18 months has been on the Hancock tenement, but there are two tenements in the Hamersley Iron Ore Project, Brockman being the second one, just because the permitting status is not as advanced. We've and of course with the pandemic, it's been a longer process to get the correct permitting in place. So we're on the case with that, and I'm hoping by the end of the year, the latest, we'll have all the heritage sort of surveys and completed, and then get the process moving forward to get those permits in place to be able to do some drilling. We need to do some drilling on Brockman in a similar fashion to where we were with Hancock sort of 14, 15 months ago, where we'd done the groundwork and we had the targets and we were able to drill. So absolutely, it's sort of hand in hand, although one's more advanced than the other.
And I noticed in your release on the website, there was some really good photos showing the outcropping of iron ore formations where the rock samples were taken, and also a map showing surrounding mines and projects that are around Hancock.
Well, that's right. I mean, it's not everyone gets a chance to go and see these places, and they are, even though it's a pretty harsh environment, it's it's quite a stunning environment too. So it's nice to be able to get some photos out there, show people a little bit just how it looks, and and the reality of these places. Iron ore is quite a spectacular ore body in ore, in terms of especially when it's got banding in it. It's quite a visual thing, and also just identifying the fact that this project sits sort of tucked in between the three majors really of iron ore in Western Australia, BHP, Rio Tinto and FMG. And the fact that we've sort of, we managed to not get under the radar, but we just took this opportunity and saw this project as having great potential. And here we are moving forward with it. And we know that our big brother neighbours are sort of peering over the fence to see how we're doing. And you never know, one day they might say, well, actually, we'd like some of that. Thanks very much. And with the sort of pockets they have, they might, it might be complementary to the company and to the investors to move forward and along that work stream. But we'll see what the future holds.
Oh, exactly. And so also on November 4th, you announced a placing of £4 million, which is quite good. And obviously that will go partly towards the drill program on Hancock, but how else do you plan to spend that money?
Well, yeah, absolutely. We were very pleased with the placing last week, with WH Ireland coming on board as a joint broker, which I think gives us just more better, a broader support. So actually, the funding is for next phases of work. This just to be clear, this third phase is already have that in the budget. So the fundraising is to really push the iron ore project forward. So a bigger phase of drilling after the cyclone season. The cyclone season will come in after Christmas. It can be quite obviously wet and very limiting for field work. So we'll then have an opportunity to work up strategy and then hit the ground again, hopefully post Easter, for example, with a much bigger program, because as I said earlier, there's significantly more ground to cover. And essentially, with some surface work, quickly we can prove up where we want to drill and have a much bigger drill program. And in parallel with that, with Lloyd Edmonds pushing ahead on the operations side, the permitting side, things like that, that all needs a certain amount of funding to keep the ball rolling. So a lot of that funding will be towards this, but we'll also use some of it for development of the Elizabeth-Hill project, which is still significant and very exciting, and has we've got plenty of work to do there to add value and knowledge and potential to that one as well.
And do you have any plans for the Mexico projects?
Oh, absolutely. We're always they've sort of like little brother at the moment, but the guys in Mexico are working really hard. Where I'm really got my fingers crossed for having a couple of those drill permits through in the coming weeks. And I know we've been saying this for a long time, but we have been working really hard, and they've been working extremely hard to get the last sort of last boxes ticked on those. We are very close to that. As soon as that happens, then absolutely we're gonna go and drill, as we've always said, do some initial drilling on both the San Celso and Los Campos silver projects, and put some more exploratory holes into the Donovan 2 copper project, because we still have strong belief that there's something significant there that we just need. We feel we're there where we want to drill, get those permits in place, so we're absolutely everything's above board, and go and do some work there as well, and then start getting those back on track. And I think, and I'm as excited in a way about those as I am about Elizabeth-Hill as I am about Hancock.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much, Bill, for joining us, and we look forward to having you back and giving us an update on how the Phase 3 drill program continues on Hancock.
Well, Bonnie, thanks again for your time, and look forward to giving everyone an update and positive news flow as we go forward.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us on Share Talk. Thank you for listening. Remember to visit our website for more news and other podcasts at www.share-talk.com.